word government, you break it down. People say this word every day almost, and yet they've never looked at the etymological roots of the word. It comes from the Latin verb gubernare. Once again, no V in classical Latin. No V, okay? So again, V's were rendered as either B's or P's in classical Latin language. So you could write this in what would be more modern Latin as guvernare with a V. But in classical Latin or ancient Latin, there is no V, so it would have been rendered with a B, gubernare. Now, what's the election of a governor called? It's called a gubernatorial election. Gubernatorial. Gubernare is in there, okay? Gubernare means to control. The verb gubernare in Latin means to control. The Latin noun mens, which is where the second part of the word ment is derived from, means mind. Okay? So you put these together, and the word government actually literally, from its etymological roots, means to control the mind. Or in other words, mind control. Now, I'm going to put something else up here for a moment. The etymological origin of the English suffix ment, M-E-N-T, is often debated in this etymological breakdown, all right? And I've gotten stuff about this constantly, and I've told people I'm not interested in hearing about it anymore. I know where this comes from. I know why the creators of the English language made it so, made it like this, okay? It is overwhelmingly clear by people who have studied linguistics and the origins of words, okay, in English from ancient languages, that the creators of the English language deliberately chose the Latin noun mens, meaning mind, to represent or mean in English the state of or the condition of. And this was done in direct keeping with the first principle of natural law, as we've already discussed, the principle of mentalism, which demonstrates that in order for any particular thing, event, or circumstance, any state or condition to exist in manifested reality, it, as it currently does, which is known as the plane of effects, it must have first existed in the plane of causality or the mental realm, the mind, okay? We've already looked at that principle of natural law. So anything that ends in ment, the original etymological derivation means that it was made that way first by a state of mind which led to its creation in physical reality. Okay? Any word you can think of that ends in M-E-N-T, meaning the state of or the condition of, means it happened in mind first, and therefore it led to the state of or the condition of in physical reality. Okay? So, when I say that government means mind control, it literally does, and that is an accurate etymological breakdown. Okay? The word mens was deliberately chosen for specific reasons. And I just explained the reason of that meaning, the state of or the condition of. And many people want to hotly contest that. I'm telling you outright, they're wrong. They don't understand why that was chosen. Mens, meaning mind, was chosen deliberately to mean the state of or the condition of.
After being employed at Stellantis for over a decade, this mechanical engineer recently started believing his job was on shaky ground.
I was concerned because I heard rumors a couple weeks ago regarding cuts to salaried employees.
Around 8 p.m. Thursday, 400 technology workers at Stellantis, including this engineer who wants to remain anonymous, received an email informing them not to report to work Friday. Instead, they would be on a mandatory remote workday, and they were required to attend an operational meeting at a designated time. But when workers attended those meetings, they received devastating news.
It was a mass firing of everybody that was on the call.
The news felt like a punch in the gut.
Of course it was. Yes, absolutely.
Fox 2 requested an on-camera interview with Stellantis, but instead we were provided a statement which reads in part, While we understand this is difficult news, these actions will better align resources while preserving the critical skills needed to protect our competitive advantage as we remain laser focused on implementing our EV product offensive and our Dare Forward 2030 strategic plan. But this worker and others Fox 2 spoke to believe something else is the cause.
There's a ton of jobs or positions that they began to outsource to different companies, such as India, Mexico, Brazil. So they continue to push low-cost countries are more efficient for the company and more profitable.
As hundreds of employees are let go from Stellantis, many are wondering what impact this will have on the auto industry.
The auto industry is making a lot of money, but is facing a lot of challenges. You've got the electrification situation, which is going to cost car makers a lot of money. You've got the new UAW contract that's also costing car makers a lot of money. So it's not only Stellantis. Everybody is looking at the bottom line.
In fact, WWJ automotive reporter Jeff Gilbert says other car makers have already made cuts recently.
We've seen it at Ford and General Motors also, but today it's happening at Stellantis.
Gilbert makes it clear the actions by Stellantis are not reflective of the economy.
There is no talk about a downturn.